So our MP that we were speaking to earlier was absolutely convinced that having any kind of consideration for the direction of travel of the Labour Party and what the cabinet reshuffle says about that is a Westminster bubble obsession that your average person just wouldn't have any time for and wouldn't engage with. I'm not sure that I agree with that. If you look at what has happened. So you've got Shabana Mahmood as the new Home Secretary. David Lammy has effectively been demoted. Although he's the Deputy Prime Minister, he's been taken off Foreign Secretary and he's now Justice Secretary. And Yvette Cooper as the new Foreign Secretary. In The Guardian, they describe this as having the hands of Morgan McSweeney, the Prime Minister's Chief of Staff, all over it. And as a lurch to the right. And they say Ed Miliband's the only person on the left of the party that is in a senior position. Is that something that you think has cut through? Is that something that concerns you? Is that something to be celebrated? 03456060973. Khalid has called from Evington in Leicester. What would you like to say?
Hi, Natasha. Yeah, I think, look, first of all, I think over the years, it's not just about Angela Arena. I think it's the general public have lost trust in politicians. There's been sleaze, there's been cash for questions, there've been blatant lies. We've been told we've been fair, for example, the Iraq war, weapons of mass destruction, etc. We've completely lost trust. I can't believe that anybody has full trust in any MP, apart from the MP that we elected in Leicester South here, Shokhat Adam, and, you know, who overthrew Jonathan Ashworth, who was here for many, many years. I think that was plainly because we've been, you know, we're seeing, we can't, I mean, and actually, let's be honest, if we're having MPs represent us who back the killing of innocent men, women and children on a daily basis, how can you trust them to support us in anything? You know, they haven't got a heart. As far as I'm concerned, anybody who supports the killing that is taking place, the horrific scenes we're seeing on our phones and our gadgets on a daily basis, what's happening in Gaza, and we've got MPs supporting that, how can we even think of for a dot, for an iota, for them to trust them for anything?
I understand what you're saying, Khalid. I've had this conversation with a lot of people, particularly with regards to David Lammy, actually, because for every person who will say that David Lammy wasn't sufficiently vocal about what's happening in Gaza, you'll have people who say, actually, he really did take a stand, and the fact that he is now no longer Foreign Secretary is a loss for that Gaza has lost an advocate. So I think that there are different perspectives on that, but I understand why you feel in its totality that this government have not done enough, and governments throughout the world